Good morning. I'm Karen Terradas with Social U. It's time for What's Up Wednesday, where we come to you live every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Central and talk about digital media, digital marketing, and social media tips, tricks, and trends. I try to make the topics as varied as possible so we can get you guys as much information as you might want or need. And we've been talking about SEO this month. Let's see. Last week we talked about how to reuse and recycle your content. We got into some really good specifics, including apps that you can use to make that easier on you. This week we're going to talk about the truth about SEO. Let's see. Next week we are going to talk about how to find the right keywords. I'm going to talk about keywords a little bit today, but I'm going to actually tell you how to do it next week. Then the following week, we're going to talk about monitoring and maintaining your brand. And the end of this month, we're going to talk about networking. So we've got some fun stuff coming up for you guys, or at least my version of fun. So let's go ahead and get started. Today, we're going to talk about SEO. And I think people treat this, a lot of people, business owners, treat this like voodoo. It's not something you're super familiar with. You know that you need to have it, but you're not sure exactly what you need or how to get there. So let's talk about that. First and foremost, what is SEO? Search engine optimization is what SEO stands for. And basically, it's a marketing tool that drives organic traffic. So potential clients for you it brings those people to your website. So what does that mean? It's how people find you when they look for you online. So it's the organic way they do that they find you, that they locate your website or locate your Facebook page. So for us, it might be social media training, or it might be social media marketing. And then ideally, we would appear in a Google search so that people can find our website and find our services. The more you can do organically, the less money you have to spend on ads. So that's why it's so important for small business owners to have a good presence online so that people can easily find you. And I don't need to tell you guys, 75% of people will never go past the first page of Google. And something like 83% of people don't go past the first listing. So it's very important that you rank on Google so that people can find your website and actually use your services. So let's talk about some things that you can do to increase your findability that don't cost you anything, so that you can optimize the search online, your SEO. So number one, first and foremost, you need to research keywords and phrases that other people are using to find you. A couple of good tools, and again, I'm going to really deep dive into these next week, are Google Keywords. It's a free not service, not program. It's a free tool that Google provides. So if you literally Google keywords, it will take you to a page and you can type in whatever keywords you're looking for or what you think people are looking for when they look for you, and it will give you other options and suggestions. Another great tool is something called Answer the Public. It's a free website. You can use it once a day for free. You can sign up and get the paid version, but I've used the free version for a very long time. And if you use it correctly, once a day is all you really need to search. It will give you sometimes hundreds of results. I did a quick test for a client yesterday, and we probably got 100 different listings. The way that it prints, it gives you all the sentences that are used on Google about that specific set of words that you typed in. So for us, if I type in social media, it's going to give me the who, what, when, why, how. How do people know what platform they need to be on? How do you know what time of day, or when do you post, or all the questions that are asked about Google on those topics. And when you change the keyword phrasing, it changes the result. So if I put in Facebook instead of social media, I'm going to get totally different topics. That's why it's so important to kind of stay on top of that and do some research, because that one little tweak of a phrase can really change how you show up. Like, for example, if you're a realtor and you're looking for, what do people ask when they're looking for a home that's for sale? The way you phrase the question or the location, the geographic location can totally change the answer. Again, that's why it's important that you do the research. Okay, number two, you want to publish quality content. What do I mean when I say quality content? What do I mean by publish? I mean, this is one of the main reasons you want to have a blog. A blog is something that changes. It's dynamic on your website. It's not static. It can constantly changes. Google loves change and they want to go look for new content. Ask yourself, when was the last time you updated your website? If it's been more than a year, Google doesn't look for stuff anymore unless you tell it to. So when you have a blog, you are telling Google to come back and look, come back and look, come back and look. And that's good for your search. So a blog is a great way for you to take those keywords that you researched and implement them so people can find you. So if the number one question is what's the best time of day to post on Facebook, that's a great title for a blog. When is the best time of day to post on Facebook? And then you answer the question in the blog and you make sure to include those keywords. That way people can find you when they look for that question. Number 3, don't keyword stuff. Okay, yes, it's great to put the keywords in the blog, but you can't just say, you can't just insert random keywords into a description or into a blog or into a page of your website. Once upon a time, people would do this. They would write the keywords over and over and over in white ink so that you couldn't see them, and they'd shove them into all the pages. Google's gets smarter. I mean, every single day it gets smarter. It learns new things. So they learn that people are cheating, so they don't look for stuff like that anymore. It has to be organically presented. It has to make sense. It has to be in a sentence. It has to show up in an organic way for Google to really go look for it. So you can't keyword stuff. Number 4, you want to add backlinks and check the backlinks you do have. Okay, what's a backlink? A backlink is a link from other websites to your own. So this is where social media can really help you. And this is also where your volunteer experience can really help you. If you are a board member for the Humane Society and in your bio, they have a link to your website, that's a backlink, and that's a good thing. Google figures that if multiple websites are sending people to your website, it's healthy and safe, and they can send people to your website too. So these backlinks will help you, seriously help you long term. So anytime, if you're doing a presentation, if you're quoted for an article, if you are a guest speaker, always ask the organization that's listing your bio to include a link to your website, because it's good for you and it doesn't go away. It'll stay on there forever. I have speaking presentations I did 10 years ago that still come up on Google when you Google my name because of the backlink. Okay, number 5. And if you didn't get this from the last one, backlinks, being active on social is one of the easiest and most effective ways for you to rank for SEO. Think about all the bios that you have on all your profiles, your Facebook page, your Instagram account, your Pinterest, YouTube, LinkedIn. They all have links back to your website, which validates your website even more. So if I am posting on, let's say, LinkedIn, and I am posting blog content from my blog, and I put links, all those links link back to the website. So every single backlink validates me further with Google. And LinkedIn, Google loves LinkedIn. It ranks LinkedIn. It also loves Twitter. So those are 2 things that you can use with links to your site that will really help your search engine. Guess what they don't love? Don't love Facebook a lot. So YouTube, they do love. So of course, Google and YouTube are the same company, but you're going to get some of your best traction with LinkedIn. Seriously, it's a great tool for to be active on social. Number 6, add a Google My Business page. What is a Google My Business page? Well, they got rid of Google Plus, so now a Google My Business page is just how your business is listed with Google. So if you Google, love those backlinks, right? Me too. They totally work as long as you work them. So absolutely love the backlinks. So for your Google My Business, when you Google a company, we'll just say Alabama Goods, and you Google the company, and on the right-hand side of your page, it's going to give you the company, the business hours, the phone number, and then you look down and there'll be Google reviews, and you look down and there's pictures. That's a Google My Business page. Somebody took the time to go into Google and set that up. It's free. It's very simple to do. We can get into that more next week when we talk about doing keyword research. If you guys want to get more into Google My Business, I will happily share that with you. But it's an easy way for you to kind of control the narrative and tell people what you want them to know about your business. You can tell them about what's being featured, your business hours, seasonal change of business hours, and you can upload images if you want to. So it's just a great way to feature your business. And again, it's directly on Google, which Google really responds to. And I'll tell you what else that most people don't realize. Google reviews matter. The more Google reviews you have, the higher you will rank. So if you will get good reviews, you can move up the food chain on Google. Hey, do you have to have a physical address for Google your business page? Yes. Once upon a time, you could use a PO box. So I would be willing to bet you can still use a PO box because Google recognizes not a post office box, a UPS box. They recognize UPS as a physical address. So if you have a UPS location, like there's one down the street from the office on Caldwell Mill, Google recognizes that as a physical address. So yes, you do need a physical address, Anita. And I know that might be a challenge for you because you do business in 2 different states. I would very highly recommend don't use your home address because it's public and everybody can see it. So don't share your home address. So if you if you don't have a physical office that you can use and you need one, go to UPS, not the post office, UPS. Those boxes do count as a physical address. Let's see. Being so current for sharing this. So I'm wondering, possible after your presentation, have a link. Go back and make, absolutely. I'm big on recycling content. So normally when we do live presentations, after the presentation, we go back and transcribe everything and it becomes a blog. I'm happy to, after our blog is published, to put a link directly to it. And you are more than happy to go back and take a look. And of course, these lives are recorded too, so they don't go away. If you're interested, you can always rewatch. But if you don't want to rewatch, you want to scan, the blog is really handy for that. Anita says, I sell the office listed, but I want to change that. You can absolutely change that. I had to change my office listing when we moved. It was really weirdly painful for me to change my office listing. Google did not want me to be on Valleydale Road. Like there's still at least one listing that has me over in Homewood. Weird. But yes, it's possible. You just have to be consistent and determined to do it. Is Linktree considered a backlink? Well, that's a great question. No, I don't think they are. I don't think they're a validated backlink because it's not technically your website listed. Now, the landing page for Linktree would be a backlink because your website's listed right there. But a way to get around that, Anita, is instead of Linktree, link to your own website with all of your information. We have that. That's something that we do on Instagram. If you go to my Instagram account, and if I have time at the end of the presentation today, I will show that to you. If you go to our, yeah, I don't think so, but that's a great question. Off the top of my head, I would tell you no, probably not, but I will check and put the answer in the comments after we get done. But if like we use, Linktree's got plenty of SEO, they don't need mine. So our webmaster, who I love, Ben, set up a landing page for us inside of our website that looks exactly like my Linktree. It's super branded, it has all the information. So every time somebody clicks on it, that's a backlink for us and it counts. I will show you that when we get done so you can take a look and see what I'm talking about. Okay, which leads me, this is a perfect segue, which leads me to my number 7, check for technical issues. Now, I love what I do, but I am not big on the technical website stuff. So that's why I have a great webmaster who I love. If you guys are interested in any kind of hosting, he does a great job, and all that stuff that we're about to talk about is included in his hosting, so you don't have to worry about it. So he checks regularly for technical issues, and that includes speed, image size. He makes sure my links are correct. He makes sure that our SSL certificate is up to date. All that technical stuff that I'm not quite really don't want to fool with because yuck, why would you want to do that? He takes care of all that stuff. So you may have to send an email to your web guy that says, hey, I just do a technical check on our website and make sure everything's good. If you don't have a Ben, but I highly recommend a Ben. Oh yeah, your Ben is probably my Ben Deloach, page 1. He is amazing. I will put his information. I'll put a link to him directly in the comments. Love him. I recommend him for all of our customers. He does great website work. He is great on maintenance. He does, he includes all that stuff is included in your your hosting fee monthly. He does all the edits, which is awesome. Yeah, I love Ben. And if you guys are members of University, he is going to be my special guest next week for our live Q&A, and you can ask him anything about SEO that you want to. And he is the SEO expert, and he's going to talk to you all about it. So for your $10 a month fee, you have access to our SEO expert who will answer your questions, and that'll be recorded if you can't attend live. Okay, number 8. Measure everything with Google Analytics. Again, your web guy can set this up for you. You can set it up for you too. Thanks, Nita. I'm delighted to be able to say that Ben's going to be there. You can set it up. It's not super difficult. If you don't want to set it up, your web guy can set it up. But you're looking for very specific things in Google Analytics. You're looking for the keywords that people search to get to you, which platforms they're coming from to your site, and how long they spend on each page. Okay, why does that matter? Because that's your organic SEO, and it tells you where you need to spend your time. I was shocked. One of the first reports I ever ran on my website years ago, I thought I was getting all of my traffic from Facebook, and something like 70% of my traffic was coming from LinkedIn, which is crazy to me. So we spent more time on LinkedIn. You have to know where your traffic's coming from. So if you find out Pinterest outranks Instagram, it's time to spend some more time on Pinterest. If you find out that one of your keywords, instead of wedding planner, is planning a wedding, then that phrase needs to be built into some of your terminology on your website, some of your blogs on your website. It's the easiest way to check it. And it's a free tool. And you want to know where they're going. Are they coming into the homepage and then leaving? Are they spending a lot of time on the blog? Do they go look at your services page? Google Analytics will answer all of that. Okay, number 9, you have to be realistic with your expectations. Google is like moving the Titanic. It is not quick and it is not painless. It takes some time. So after you make these changes and you do Google My Business and you start writing your blog, you're not really going to start seeing results from this kind of stuff for at least 90 days. It takes time. Now, the magic number for blogs, and I've heard this from SEO experts, is 50. When you hit 50 blogs is when you start to really generate Google traffic. Well, all of you folks that are saying, oh, that's a lot. It's not. It's one a week. So if you're blogging weekly on the regular, you're there already. So, and it doesn't matter how fast. If it takes you 2 years to get there, that's great. If it takes you six months to get there, that's great too. Just get there, get to the 50. And you'll find a lot of times your own blog, you can use it as inspiration for content for other posting, for social media, for other places. I'll go back and look at our blog from 2 years ago, and a title will appeal to me, like, how do you, this nightmare, how do you do this? Oh, okay, that makes sense. It's a good topic. I can do research and make it current and reuse kind of the topic. So yes, your blogging really matters. I can't stress that enough. And number 10, check it periodically. You do need to go in there and look periodically and Google yourself on an incognito window and find out what is ranking and what people see when they look for your company. It's, as a business owner, it's critical. You need to know what's coming up. I've had some very negative experiences with customers where we look up their business, or we Google their name or Google their business name, and what comes up is a negative review or a negative, a negative excerpt from a blog. You have to stay on top of that. So you do need to check it periodically. And that is it for me. I know SEO is not super sexy to talk about, but it's really important for business owners. So I'm so glad you guys joined me today to talk about search engine optimization. Again, we are focusing on SEO as part of our university program. And in case you guys were not aware, every single social media platform, there's different rules of engagement for SEO. I just did a video in university on TikTok, and hold on to your hat, TikTok is now past Google as the #1 search engine in the world. They passed Google in 2021, so they are on the rise. So that might be something you want to consider if you look to TikTok for your business, because man, people are searching for stuff over there. So every week for the next 6 weeks, I'm going to talk to you about a specific social media platform and how you can optimize the search on that specific platform. There's things you can do that will help your content, your business, your information go to the top of a search inside LinkedIn or inside Pinterest or inside TikTok. And I'm going to break all those down individually inside of our university. So if that's something that interests you, absolutely please join us for university. I'd love to show you guys that stuff. And it works. You do this stuff, it works. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave a comment. We do monitor these. I have a couple of resources that I told you I would leave. Oh, and Anita, for those of you who want to see it, let me pull up our Instagram profile real quick and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let me do a quick screen share so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay. This is our Instagram page. This is our link. Notice it is not Linktree. When you click on this link, it takes you to the landing page on our website that been created that looks just like Linktree. It's got, and look at all the information I can have on here. It's got our handle for Instagram. All of our social media handles are the same. You could sign up for the membership program. You could get sign up for Canva. All of our different URLs for our different social media sites, our blog, schedule a call, and then all the different icons are listed on the bottom. I need to add TikTok to this one. But yes, and of course, this helps us more than LinkedIn, more than Linktree, because it goes directly to our website, and this URL is our website. So super handy. I hope that helps, Anita. Absolutely. Seriously, Ben is amazing. Call Ben. So you guys, let me know if you have any questions. And until next week, I'm here to help. Thank you. I'll see you guys next time.